Alright, this is a short backyard update tour from mid-May, late May 2026. And these are black currants on their, I think, second or third year in the ground. This is either Consort or Ben Sarek, I don't remember. This one's got lots of fruit that have set, especially on this southern branch here. I'm not seeing so many others. There's some more fruit there. And this is Mound Layered for easy division. This is the Nanking Cherry, one of the two Nanking Cherries back here. And this one has set fruit because its pollinating partner is right there. So there'll be a nice amount of cherries. Some of them are even showing a bit of a red blush, which is kind of nice to see. This is the other black currant. It has a bit less fruit, but it'll also be fruiting this year for the first time. This is the parsley that overwintered, some garlic that I just planted there as an experiment. Strawberry is perking up a lot here. This is a very tall strawberry. I don't think I've seen one that's that tall. The one in my backyard isn't quite so tall, and there's a bit of a sad looking red currant back here that is fruiting, but I will have to prune back this fall and hopefully encourage some new growth, more upright growth. This is a Nanking Cherry, floated with fruit, also turning a little red. There's some overwintered kale that is setting seed that will hopefully seed a lot of volunteer kale around this garden. This is a goji berry plant that hasn't flowered yet. Maybe it'll do so this summer. This is an elderberry that went in last year, and it's a little bit sad. These are known to grow a lot. This might shoot up a lot this year. I might expect, I don't know, 6 feet up to 6 feet. Although I'm just noticing how it's so deeply shaded. You can see the shade line right here, just from the lower branches of this arbor vitae. And I was thinking I might come in here and prune the lower branches to release a bit of sun directly onto this plant. This is the kind of annual garden bed where I grow tomatoes and some greens. I've got some garlic in here. It's a bit weedy, and I actually tried using a cover crop last winter, which I've already cut back once. This was a fall rye. This was all over winter. It was all covered in this thick, nice grass here, and I did a kind of lazy job of cutting it back, so a lot of it has come back, or wasn't cut, was actually just bent over. Regardless, I'm trying to build organic matter here. So as I plant more things, I'll take them out. And if I choose to let it go to seed, I'll let it do that. Otherwise, I'll take it all out, leaving the roots to decay in the soil. And today I'm going to plant some peas back here. Eventually there will be tomatoes in here and room for other leafy greens. I put some kale seedlings in a week or so ago that are getting established, as well as some Asian bok choy greens. And over on this side, this is just a lawn. There's usually a picnic table here, seating area. Been mowing it a bit, but this is a hybrid persimmon tree that is leafing out. This went in the ground last spring, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows. It supposedly has very delicious, sweet fruit. And this is a bitternut hickory seedling that I put in a few weeks ago. There's a pile of wood chips there for multi-purpose use, and this is one of the compost piles that I've been just loading with. I loaded it a couple times because I don't live at this house. It's about 10 minutes from my house. I loaded it with a bunch of chicken manure from last summer, as well as leaf mold, and then most recently some coarse compost from my bin at home. So I'm just letting it cook, and well, it's not really cook. It was hot last fall, but now it's just a slow cold worm compost. But this will be a great source of organic material for all of these gardens this season and beyond. And then last thing that I spontaneously did this spring when I had some time, I was back here, is this was all weeds. This is just left fallow, kind of like the front, but it was even much taller, maybe 4 foot weeds every season that I've been establishing the rest of the garden. Try not to bite off more than I can chew. And when I brought in those wood chips, I decided to dump, instead of creating a pile, I just decided to dump them all here and kind of smother them out, leaving the chives next to the kitchen there. And then what I realized was that a lot of the weeds that I covered, I ID'd them, and some of them are nice foraging weeds, especially this one. So I'm excited to discover this. This is called salsify, meadow salsify, and it is a good spring green for either eating raw. I'm gonna just bite the tip, spit it out, or cooking like a veggie. So I'm gonna harvest a bunch of that and fry it up tonight for dinner. And yeah, that's kind of one of the side benefits of this approach, is not preemptively keeping things down. Like I was never gonna mow this. I didn't even own a mower until last year for the front yard in this house. But not mowing for the sake of keeping things under control and tidy, letting things grow, learning to identify the particularly noxious weeds, like the ones that will suffocate other things, that will outcompete natives. Things like goutweed, bindweed, creeping bellflower, also known as creeping hellflower, garlic mustard. Things that are allelopathic, things that actually prevent other things from growing around them by excreting allelopathic chemicals that suppress the growth of other plants. So slowly learning those ones, but not assuming that weeds are bad, not assuming that what was growing here was bad. And you know, in the end, as I've kind of deepened on my journey and got into some foraging manuals, I remembered the name salsify was one of the popular ones by this popular foraging author, Sam Thayer. And then when I ID'd it, right after covering it, right after killing it, I was like, oh, what did I just kill? What did I just decide to get rid of? I realized that a lot of these are edible. And here I am a couple weeks after, laying down these wood chips, and they didn't suppress all the growth. So here I am, ready to harvest some of this salsify, which I'm looking forward to. And, you know, I can let that grow. And I know that it's full of salsify seeds in here, because it's just been self-seeding year after year, that it hasn't been tended. And, yeah, just wanted to share that little story. That's the backyard here. Elderberry is a Bob Gordon elderberry. I'm going to open up that space, the sunlight space, and look forward to harvesting good medicine from those berries.